Hi, this is Marcy. I'm testing my new video setup, and it looks pretty good from here. So we'll see what happens. I want to show you guys a few things. I found this in my stash. It's just like really cool. It's like a fabric envelope, and it's been embroidered. It looks like machine embroidery, and with a little bit of lace. So cute. I think this would be perfect for a small journal. What do you think? Or to, you know, put some like fun papers and stuff in it. Papers and, you know, ephemera, little pieces, maybe some fussy cuts. What do you think? Let me fill it up with some cool stuff. Let's see what we got here. Looks like some cute pieces, just like what I have laying on my desk, you know. And then you could put some you know, I don't know what else. Like some little snippet thingies. So, you know, papers, ephemera, maybe some stickers or some, put in some flat thread, like threads or laces on a, you know, some stuff, cute stuff. And that could be like a cute little Happy Meal. That would be neat. To use this, I'll do something up for my shop. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in something like this. So, by the way, you know, speaking of snippets, I had done some of these up. Let's see here. Got, this is like in my little work basket, so it's kind of full of stuff. Some of it doesn't really apply, it's just stuff that needs to be put away. So there's 4, 5, 6 of these in my work basket, and then I have another strip, so I could 6, I could do 7, 8, maybe 10 total. So each one has 2 buttons and a little mulberry flower, mulberry paper flower, some vintage book page, and some other like printable things. So these are cute. I like these. So we'll put these aside. I want to show you, I have something similar to this, but in neutral colors. This was kind of like a Christmassy paper. Not exactly Christmas, but Christmas colors. So let me show you my neutral. These items are all available in my Etsy shop. Now, it's not my Etsy, my design shop where I have my digitals. It's another shop. It's called My Vintage Supply Shop. And it's at Etsy. Now, let me see if I can find the one I was telling you about. I have all these different I'm not really sure. I have my little box of Etsy stuff here. Here they are. Here's the snippets. Okay, let's put these aside a minute. I'll show you these later. These are all listings in my Etsy shop, so. My vintage supply shop, Etsy.com. Okay, here are the neutral snippets. Now these all have, the other ones had vintage buttons. These have actual vintage mother of pearl buttons. They're all mother of pearl. The others set was they're plastic, and these are mother of pearl. So I can't really tell how centered I am with this setup. There you go. They're mother of pearl. And I will leave the links in the description box below, the direct links to the listings. Now this is something that I will be carrying, and I'll make them up as needed. And so, you know, this listing is for 6, but if you need more, just send me a message. I'll be happy to set up a special listing for you if you want certain colors or certain things included. Here's a cute set. These are all, the reason I called it my vintage supply shop is because I wanted to be featuring vintage items that you can use in your crafting and journal making. Look at these really cool trims. This would be so awesome for making, for journal making or other crafts, like slow stitching, like a little piece. You know, if you're gonna do a red journal with the reds, red and blue. These little daisies are so cute, and the little hearts, they're kind of like, I guess they're supposed to be kind of like strawberries, but this heart is so cute. Here's some ribbon, satin ribbon. Here's a doily, vintage doily, crochet, some vintage embroidery flosses, red thread on its original wood spool, some buttons, chunky buttons. This would be cute on the cover, like it's the center of a flower maybe. Some more vintage thread, a little bit of yarn, some crochet thread. This is gathered lace trim, a little crochet, 2 crochet flowers. This one is a triple, 1, 2, 3 layers, all connected. Some rickrack, some other trim is like a lacy kind of trim, and other buttons, an assortment of buttons, all vintage. Here's another little tiny crochet flower, and then these are like kind of puffy hearts. They're like satin ribbon kind of made into a puffy little heart, and it includes the box, which is vintage. So this is also in my Etsy shop. This is a one-of-a-kind, obviously, this listing, but, you know, if you want assortments like this, you just tell me the colors you want and, you know, types of things that you would like to see included, and I will be happy to set up a listing for you. Fun, fun, fun for, you know, people who like to collect vintage, you know, sewing notions and whatnot. And also for people who like to actually use them in, you know, their slow stitching projects. Or her junk journals. These are fun things for like decorating, especially the cover of a journal. I don't do a lot of 3D kind of decorating on the inside of my journals. I like the pages to be nice and flat, but I do like to go over the top and do the covers real cute. So, and of course, slow stitching. You can incorporate all of that. Slow stitching, crazy quilting, all kinds of fun things. Okay, so what else have we got here? This is a green lot of sewing notions. All vintage, except for the embroidery floss is, you know, regular. It's DMC brand. These are the different colors. In the listing, I tell the names of the colors. And this this wool yarn is 100% virgin wool. And the brand is Zephyr Wool Springer. Zephyr Wool Orchidee. I love this button. It just so, I would, just, wouldn't it be so cool to have a dark green wool coat, you know, the vintage style with these buttons on it. I only have one though. Anyway. And here's some more. These are fun. Vintage buttons. And then an assortment of, this one is like sparkly. All different types, different cool shapes. And all shades of green. So that's the green lot of vintage sewing notions. All of the lots are going to be, you know, they're not going to necessarily have the same things in them. They won't be identical in different colors. Just whatever I had, you know, I collect. One. Get away. There you are. I collect vintage sewing supplies, sewing notions, and other things, fun things. And, you know, I have to de-stash. I have too much, so that's why I'm listing these. But if you want something specific, my husband's cousin has 3 garages full of stuff. He does flea markets, and I can get lots of stuff in, you know, short amount of time. And if you want something really, you know, hard to find, we can look for it, because we both go to a lot of different, you know, flea markets and whatever. He goes to estate sales as well, so I just tell him, you know, find XYZ for me. I mean, it's like my son wanted a pipe, you know, a smoking pipe for a tobacco smoking pipe, an old one for like a costume, you know, that he wanted. And then I called Roberto. I'm like, hey, this, you know, do you have any pipes? He's like, yeah, let me look. And of course he had one. So just like, you know, whatever I want, he usually has it, or he can find it pretty quick. I wanted these. Oh, I'll show you this is my purple, obviously the purple lot. I love this. I love purple. It's my favorite color. These buttons are, covered buttons are from a jacket that just like, you know, I wore so much that yeah, it fell apart. And so I saved the buttons. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't remember. So anyway, this is the purple lot. Oh, yeah, I was gonna tell you about the I have these two antique irons. They're so cool. I mean, I just look, you know, so to Roberto, my husband's cousin, I'm like, so, you know, I'm looking for an antique iron, you know, the iron actually made out of iron kind of thing. And I just was looking for just like plain old flat iron. And he's like, well, I don't have any, but I have a friend who does, and I'll ask him, you know, how much he wants for them. And he sent me photos, and I was like, the price was so good. I was like, yeah, okay, well, I'll take them both. And these are not for sale, but if you wanted something like this, I could find it for you pretty easily. Look at this. Isn't this cool? They used to put they would put like, I suppose, hot coals on the inside. I don't know how to open it, guys. It opens up somehow. And you put hot coals in it, and then you iron. Is that cool? But obviously, I don't want it for ironing. I wanted it for like a display piece. And that's the baby one. And here's the big one. Look how big it is. It's huge. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Kind of like it looks like a head of a person. And this is definitely, it's like a man with a beard, and he's wearing like a helmet. And see, it opens up. I don't know what all this stuff is, but anyway, whatever. Boo, I don't know what that's for. Okay, so anyway, that was just an example to show you. You know, I can find all kinds of interesting things, but I personally don't think it would make much sense to send something like that, the big one anyway, really heavy, the shipping would be out of just like ridiculously expensive. The little one might, you know, might work, but anyway. Okay, I have these lots of vintage laces. There are actually 2 different listings. And this is the lot of vintage trims. There are 13 pieces. Each are 18 inches plus long. And they have several of these. If not identical, very, very similar. So this one I'm showing you may not be the one that you actually get, but you're going to get most of these would be almost exactly the same as this that I'm showing you right now. These are all vintage. I have another listing, and which includes some antique laces as well. This does not include antique laces. They're vintage though. Very, very pretty laces. Perfect for slow stitching. I love this one. This one is so delicate, so pretty. Perfect for slow stitching, junk journals, crazy quilts, all kinds of projects, you know. And they are really fun, and none of them smell weird. They're just, you know, they are kept in a non-smoking, pet-free environment, in a dry, you know, safely dried place, no humidity, no what do you call it, no mold or mildew. Okay, they're all perfectly, no, there's absolutely no smell, no odor. Okay, and they're all 18 inches or more in length, and they're 13 in each lot, 13 pieces. I'm pretty sure that these are all the same. These lots are all the same. It's the ones with the antique laces that were not, there a few of them are slightly different because, you know, antique is antique, and they're usually one of a kind. Because I get laces all the time that are from early 1900s, even 1800s. Sometimes, not real super often, but I can get really, really pretty, old, delicate, expensive laces. So if you're looking for something special, let me know. Let's see if I can find the other lot, which had some antique laces in it. Okay, so I ended up having to record on a different day because I tried it twice doing these antique laces, and it kept stopping. I don't know why. Anyway, these are 4 lots, and 2 are the same, and the other 2 are slightly different from the first 2. I will show you one lot. What is different about them is 2 of them have these exact narrow trims, and the other 2 have very similar but not exactly identical, because they're antique and therefore one of a kind, usually, or difficult to find lots of yardage that's the same. So I will show you these. Beautiful, delicate. Some are needle laces and some are bobbin laces. Some of them have never been used, and some of them have been removed from pieces of, you know, linens or whatever, so they may have some damage. But they are definitely antique. None of them have any weird smells, no strange odors, no, you know, they don't smell like, they just smell like fresh or neutral. When I personally wash my laces, my vintage and antique laces, with Marsilia soap. It's from France. In Italy, we call it Marsilia. In France, I think the pronunciation is Marseille. I will write it in the description. And if you'd like a sample, just let me know, and I can send with your order a sample of their flakes, their soap flakes. I buy it from Amazon. It comes right from France. This is a very beautiful, very detailed work. And each lot includes the same number of trims, but like I said, these 2 are the same in 2 lots and different in the other 2 lots. Now, I also have some what I call scrap packs, inspiration packs for slow stitching or junk journals. And each one is going to be slightly different. And I will just show you these. I will continue to, when these are sold, I will continue to list similar things in my shop. And these lots will typically have things like crochet thread, embroidery thread, buttons, beads, laces, trims, ribbons, bits and pieces, though not the longer lengths that is in one of the, the other packs are longer. These are for, slow stitching, or like, you want to make a needle book, or a, just small projects. So they're smaller, shorter lengths. But they're all vintage. They may include some antique and some new. Just a few, This is like a new piece. Satin ribbon, vintage laces, new, and then, fancy trims. And I usually include things, like doilies or whatever I have. And, it's just a nice little pack of things to put in your slow stitching projects. Now, if you would like a slow stitch project, pack with different items or different colors, just let me know and I can put it together, because I have a huge stash of my own and access to lots and lots more. Like I said, cousin Roberto with the flea markets and whatnot. So here's another one, very similar, but some different things. And the photos will all be in the Etsy shop, so you could see what you're getting. This one, for example, has similar pieces, but the doily is ecru color. Some of the buttons will be mother of pearl, some will be plastic. And this, these three lots I'm showing you today are all neutral colors, but like I said, just let me know what colors you like and we'll put it together. These three are all very similar, just a slightly different. The doilies are slightly different because it's, when I go to the outdoor flea markets and buy vintage and antique handmade items, it's whatever I find. Okay, so those are the inspiration scrap packs, and now I'd like to show you some button lots that I have. This is a vintage. It's still in the packaging from the store. The person apparently only used one. I don't know what color that was, but what we have left is black, purple, kind of a aqua blue, light green, red, another red, a slightly different red, clear, white, brown, navy blue, and a darker green. It's not dark green, but it's a different, this is like a yellow green and this is like a regular green. It's still in its the original packaging that it was in the store. And this is a lot of gray buttons and sewing notions. Gray might be kind of a boring color, but there's some really neat thing in here that, I might actually just end up taking this listing down and using, because aren't these cute? These are so cute. These would look so fantastic on a crocheted or knitted cap for the winter for a woman. They're just so, even just like a wool hat or felt, that would be so cute. They're just like little bobbly flower thingies, and I think they look awesome with like a button in the middle. So I have these, just these, oh, here they are. It's a little baggie, so I put the buttons all in here. It's a little crochet baggie. And I have some, this is yarn for, it's a virgin wool. It's for mending sweaters and whatnot, but it also works really great for embroidery. But it's wool, so keep that in mind. Vintage thread on its original spool. Some more vintage thread. Some, you know, samples of embroidery floss. And a bunch of cool buttons. Wouldn't these look... I just think these would look so neat on the little... There's 3 of them, so... Anyway. You could layer them up, too, actually. That would be fun. Some of them are mother of pearl, and some of them are plastic. So, and then there's these... oh, here's another vintage thread. You know, these really old threads may not, especially, for example, this one may not work well in your sewing machine. It may break because it's old. And, but these are new and never been used. DMC embroidery floss, number 01 and 03. Okay, so that's a lot. Put these all back in the little baggie. And then there's one more after this, and then my video for today is done. But I will have more, so be sure to stay tuned. Check back. And let me know if you're looking for anything specific. I'm going to find it for you. Or at least we'll try. Oh, this is 3 lots of vintage novelty buttons. These are plastic buttons, like for children's garments. If I could get it open. I taped it too good. There we go. Okay, so this is lot number 3. These are like little they're ladybugs, turtles, more ladybugs, and ladybugs. That's lot 3. Lot 2 has these little blue fish and ladybugs. And lot 1, I think it's the same as lot 2. Yeah, fish and ladybugs. So, like for children's clothing. But also cute for, you know, if you're doing a junk journal anywhere, a little ladybug button. There you go. Our little turtles are so adorable. And they are vintage, but have never been used. Okay, they're still in original packaging, but I could tell from the, you know, packaging, we're talking like the 70s or 80s that these were made. So that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back soon with more really cool stuff. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.